All right, so we're in the shop and we're working. It's a Saturday. It's sort of a surreal Saturday. As you may have heard in the news, Portland is under a super bad air quality alert. Basically, my mask and I have been together for some time. We had to upgrade from the N95 typical pandemic mask to a respirator because the air quality is still saturated with wildfire smoke. And in fact, they don't know how bad it is because it doesn't record on any of the gauges. It's the worst air quality in the world. Let me repeat that. Not the region, not the state, not the county, not the country, but the world. 700 times denser than any calculations. They say it's like smoking 11 packs of cigarettes per day. So I've been wearing my mask and just kind of bummed with the world, but I had an idea. This might perk myself up. I'm gonna set my mask down here, and you guys up too. Might perk me up. But I always do micro car videos, or mostly, and most of the ones I do are on restored ones, or ones that are being restored. But if you look back there in the weeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's at least 8 sitting back in the weeds there, and there's more that I'm not going to disclose where they are. But I thought I'd do a tour of the unrestored shells and carcasses that I got laying around, because that's sometimes kind of cool. So let's start off right over here. In past videos you've seen this was a Matrix. This is a 2005 Matrix that runs and drives. The wheelbase is too long. I want to put the chassis under this 1957 Lloyd TS Alexander. So I've got the front clip off. I just haven't had time to do it. And some people were like, oh, you're never going to get around to doing it. Well, I will get around to doing it, but just not today. Especially with the air quality being as bad as it is. I probably shouldn't even be outside doing a video, but I thought I'd do a quick show you what we got going on here. We got no floors at all. They've been completely rusted out. The suspension is stuck. The steering is stuck. It's a really cool car. I want to save as much as this stuff, as much as the factory Lloyd stuff as I can, and transfer it next door here to our Matrix, which runs and drives. And I just got to chop it all down and make it all fit. Shouldn't be that hard, right? So that's the case with a lot of cars sitting around here. So this is a 57 Lloyd wagon, sort of rare. I have extra body panels. I have the hood. I don't have a title. I don't have an engine, and I don't have a transmission. And I really don't care. I sold those parts because it's just too bad. The spine type suspension or framework just is rotten, and the cross link springs is not a good design. We're gonna go with something more modern. So that's one project on the burner, is combining this car with this car. And then we have some parts cars here next door to the Lloyd, and we'll go through those as well. This first Subaru is probably a parts Subaru. I bought it basically for the windshield. You can see it says yes on there. That means it only has one little pockmark in it. The rest of it's good. Windshields are really hard to find. And you can see the Wasps have decided they love it as well. It has some quarter glass, and I think it came with a door, but mostly the floors are shot on this as well. You can see right through to the ground there. So that's one Subaru 360 sedan. This one here, the rust-colored one, actually looks really bad. It has some Bondo, but it's actually a pretty complete car, and it will probably get restored with parts like from this one. The windshield is cracked. You can see there. It does have a good roof, all glass. It's fairly complete. I've got the engine in the shop. It's taken apart, and I will rebuild it. But it's not a bad car. And when I say not bad, that looks bad, doesn't it? Poke my finger through there. But it's not that bad. Oh, Stella, what are you doing over there? Stella's got the zoomies. Get that squirrel. Okay, we'll take a break from Stella and get back to the cars. So the door had opened too far at one point in time, suicide doors, and somebody bonded over it, so It's not looking too pretty there. And then we got Subaru 360 number 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them here. This one actually is not bad either, but you'd never know it because the engine compartment is full of debris, organic debris. It does not have a top. I don't know if you can see through there. I have to get around and get through there. Make sure I don't cut myself. Some sharp metal. That would be really bad. Ow, that's a thorn. Well, the body's not too bad on this one. So I've got 3 Subaru 360s percolating here in the corner of the shop. And if that's not enough, we're going to move on to more cars. Here's our little Lloyd, and here's our Matrix shell. Let's keep going, shall we? Stella is sure she sees a lame duck or a goose or a bird or something. I'm going to goose. Go get him. Go get that bird. Okay, we are in a different spot of the yard. I feel very lucky to have lots of room to park junk cars. Oh, I'm saying that with my tongue in my cheek because I really don't have that much room. I'm still pulling the thorns out of my fingers from the last go around of Subaru 360s that I just shot. Let's see if I can do this without falling down the bank. We are looking at, oh, let me get back up here. What are we looking at here? What car is this here? Anybody guess? You're gonna have a hard time. I'll open the door for you. That's a Goliath. It's a Goliath. I forget the model. Let's see if I can open the door. Oh, is that a thorn bush? No. Oh, there's a door. Oh, the fenders. What the heck? All right. Well, let's take a look in there. Ooh, it smells German. It's got the old steering wheel and the dash, and the seats are actually in pretty good shape. The plan is to, frog just popped out. See that frog just popped out? The body swap this thing as well on something more modern because the frame is rusted as well. It's unibody, front wheel drive. It's a 4-cylinder, water-cooled, front wheel drive, column shift Goliath. I think it's 1100 cc's and it's got a rod through the block. It's pretty rough, but it's got cool lines. It's got cool taillights. Reminds me of like a 55 Chevrolet Bel Air. Let's take a look under the trunk here. Oh, I just separated the trunk lid from the framework. There's a window in there. Is that a windshield? I didn't know I had that. Okay, we'll shut that up for now. And moving on to the next car. Make sure I don't fall down the bank here. Can you guess what that is? Look at the louvers on the hood, or the engine cover. I think I might have given you a clue. It's a Renault. It's a Renault 4CV. Let's take a look here. Oh, can you see it in there? Little 750cc engine with a header and a 2-barrel. Well, this one's got a 1-barrel carburetor. The cylinder liners have leaked and the engine filled up full of water, so it's locked up, unfortunately. But that's a cool car, and that may end up being a body swap candidate as well. It's pretty amazing. We're just going to keep going down the row here. What do we got next to it? This is actually a pretty nice little N. Completely packed full of parts. The tires have gone flat, which is not surprising. But it's got good floors. It's actually got a lot of good parts. I don't know if you can see much in there, but weeds. I think it has like 3 interiors. You have to excuse me. My voice is wavering due to the wildfire smoke. And then next to the N, we have another car that's covered in weeds. Can you guess what this is? I hope something doesn't jump out. The snake. That is a Honda Z600 coupe. Sitting right there. And that car was turned into an electric car at one point. It is basically just a shell. But surprisingly, I do have a title for that, and that would make a good body swap candidate. About the only car in this row that wouldn't, or that could live again as a true car, would be that N. It's got a pretty good body. So my voice is really going. I need to take a break and get a drink of water. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've shown these cars before. The Renault Licard, the Monster Mad Max Z600, the DKW, and the Renault 4CV, the red N600, and the Suzuki Super Carry. Those are all restorable cars, minus the Renault in the back corner there. That one's probably going to get frame swapped. But the rest of these will be restored. They have good foundations, something to build upon. So I'm not including these in the video. I'm just showing them because you've probably seen them before. But I've got some more stashed away. Hang tight, and I'm going to go to a secret location, and you can drool over those as well. All right, so we're in our secret location. It's a shared space that I share with some people, but it's covered, and I don't think I've ever shown any of my cars that have been in this space before. Trying to zoom out to try to take it all in, but I'm not sure I can do that. So, well, let's get started. I've got a Subaru, I've got a scooter, a couple of these Puch scooters. I think you've seen a video of me tooling around. They're 60cc Austrian Puchs. I've got a parts scooter over here that has all the bits and bobs that someday, if I ever want to restore this one, turn out pretty nice. But behind that is a Subaru 360 van that's really rust-free. It's a great candidate for restoration, so it's been stored in here. It's just gotten too valuable to leave outside. I don't have the engine in it currently. The engine is in my shop, but I have a lot of parts to go with it. And if I can work my way through here. Extra parts to rebuild this van. Assortment of bumpers, seats, door panels, engine covers. It is not rusty. It's a pretty cool van. It is dented and has had some snow damage on the roof, but I think I popped that out. So that should be coming down the pipe some decades from now. And then we'll start off in the corner with my old Go-Go-Mobile. I don't think I can get over there to show it to you. It's the TS 400, and it does run and drive, although it needs a lot of work. It's pretty rusty on the bottom, but it does have floors, and needs a lot of TLC. Next to it here, next to the Go-Go-Mobile, I should say, is another Honda N600 in restoration queue, full of parts, just hanging out in storage. And someday I'm going to get to this too. That's what I keep telling myself anyhow. And la creme de la creme is my Renault Dauphine, which I spent a lot of time doing the bodywork on. You can see it shining here. It's got the blue wheels with the spinner hubcaps. And it looks like it's surviving. I did not get a chance to drive it this summer. It has the red seats. And I wonder if the battery's up on this. That would shock me, but let's see. No. It's been sitting here for a while. Let's make sure there's been no... Oh, I disconnected the battery, that's right. But this thing should run and drive. It's pretty good. So that is the... I think that's the overall tour of cars that I got in my shop. The air is so much better in this garage than it is outside. It's incredible. So, all right, there you go. I'm sorry the quarters are so cramped, but I wanted to give you a little overview of the secret location, Renault Dauphine, another N600, a Go-Go-Mobile, 57 Go-Go-Mobile, a Subaru 360 van, and a couple of scooters. Now, let's get back out into the acid air. Okay, so that wraps up our tour. I need to put my mask back on before I lose my voice. I want to thank all the firefighters and the first responders helping us save our state that's currently burning. Next time we'll do a tour of the cars that have been restored and in the shop and that are drivable and licensed. And I think I hear, oh yeah, here she comes. Booking across. Here she comes. Oh, you're a happy dog. You shouldn't be out there running around the wildfire smoke. We'll take you home. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and be safe out there, and talk to you later.